What is going on, everyone? My name is Eskimo, and today I'm going to be bringing you another episode of Eskimo's Gears of War 3 Tips and Tricks. And today I'm going to be talking about a few small things. And what I mean by small things is probably stuff that you may have overlooked whenever you're in your controller screen. Now, look at omnidirectional evade. This means that okay, I'm going to turn it on really quick just to show you. See, I can roll that way, but whenever I turn omnidirectional evade off, that means that I cannot roll in the direction that I just rolled, and I can only roll in the cardinal directions, which is forward, backwards, and side to side. So that's helpful for people who like to wall bounce. Now, I'm not the world's greatest wall bouncer, so don't expect something amazing here, but yeah, I can wall bounce pretty well, but what it means is that whenever you're wall bouncing, you won't roll to the wall whenever you press diagonally right, diagonally left, and whatnot. Now, let's go back over in here and look at the other things. Now, the other thing is vibration. Now, the reason why I have vibration off, or I usually turn it off, is because whenever you're lancering or just firing in general, then your controller's shaking, so I turn it off because whenever I'm in a fight, and that's just one less thing that I have to concentrate on, and I can focus more on the battle at hand. So I recommend turning it off, having omnidirectional evade off. But this next tip is something that people is probably the most overlooked thing in Gears of War. Now, notice that I play on default, and my sensitivity is usually 30, 20, 20. But I'm playing on an offline account, so it has to be 20, 20, 20 right now. But the thing that people are going to be surprised about is the triggers. I'm going to turn it to left-handed. And the reason why I say that is because whenever you're wall bouncing in a shotgun fight and you're on default, if you don't have a special controller like a Razer Onza or a Scuff gaming controller and you just have a default controller, you have to play with the claw, which is... Okay, I'm going to go to the controller really quick. View controller. That means that you have your right thumbstick on the, or your right thumb on the right thumbstick, and your A on the A button, wall bouncing. And to fire, you have to either use your middle finger or move your pointer finger back to the trigger. Now, what turning it to left-handed does, it makes it where you fire with the left trigger instead of the right trigger. So while you're just wall bouncing, you can wall bounce all you want, and you don't have to really use the claw, and you can just fire just like that. But what it does as well is it moves the reloading button to the left bumper on the controller and the TACCOM to the right bumper, so that changes it up a little bit. But like I said, aiming is with the right trigger, firing is with the left trigger, but it really does help whenever you're in a wall bouncing battle. And a lot of people don't know about this, so it'll obviously take a little bit to getting used to. And it's just like changing to between default and alternate, but it'll take a little bit to get used to. I'm looking around for the bot right now just to show the reaction time difference, but like I said, it'll take a little bit to get used to, but I definitely think that it pays off, because whenever you're in a wall bouncing battle and you're just moving your hands around frantically, you want to stay calm as much as possible, and being able to just quickly pull the left trigger without having to use a drastic movement of your hands with the right hand, because your right hand is pretty much doing a lot of work, whereas your left hand on Gears of War isn't doing that much. So this balances it out a little bit. Now, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Eskimo's Gears of War 3 Tips and Tricks. So be sure to leave a like, a comment, a favorite, all that wonderful stuff. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. And also, next time I'm going to be talking about wall hacks. Alright guys, I'll see you there.